Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Entrepreneur Hour. My name is Jeff, and today's guest is going to be Roz Brad from Homemade Goodies by Roz. Roz is located on 510 South 5th Street, right off of South Street. Welcome to the program, Roz.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
All right, well, my first question is, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you got into the bakery industry.
Well, I started about 20 years ago. I was a bank teller at Mellon Bank. Two young ladies came into the bank, and I would go and patronize them at their shop. And in their window, they had a sign saying homemade and Drake's Cakes on the counter, and it didn't hit me right. I said, "Do you want a homemade cake?" They said, "Sure. What would you like?" And they said, "Do you make Jewish apple cake?" I said, "Sure." Went home that night. In my kitchen, I baked it, and I made them an apple cake, brought it to work the next day, dropped it off to them at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, they called me. It was 3/4 gone.
All right, so you were saying that you did most of it out of your house. Elaborate a little bit on how your bakery, adventure or journey, should we call it, has evolved.
Well, like I said, I started out in my kitchen, which most entrepreneurs that are doing baking start out of their home. Then I got really, really busy, and I ended up going to my garage, and I converted my garage, putting commercial equipment in there. And then I was getting extremely busy, and I needed to find a place to do all my baking. And that's when I found my store on 510 South 5th Street and moved everything from my house into my store.
What did South Street have to offer that you thought, wow, it's a perfect connection? A bakery, South Street. What made that connection, and what made you really pick that location?
Well, I love Center City. I love that part of the city between Society Hill, Queen Village, and I just wanted to be down in that area.
All right, so if I was to walk into your bakery, I mean, what's the vibe that you're trying to give your customers when they walk in? What's that feeling you're trying to give them?
You're coming into my kitchen. I have enamel tables. I have an enamel stove from the 30s. It's very homey, and I say to people, come into my kitchen, sit, have a coffee, have a goodie.
All right. What are some of the things that you offer in your bakery?
Well, we do coffee, tea. We also do an array of baked goods. We have muffins. We've got crumb cake. We've got cookies and quick breads, bars, and of course, our best cupcakes.
Okay. What are some of the cupcakes that you offer?
We do chocolate, vanilla, carrot, red velvet, Boston cream, coconut, mint, lemon, cookies and cream.
The list is endless.
Yes, it is. And
so,
we try to put new ones in, changing of the seasons.
Okay, so are we changing them daily as well? I mean, is there like a cupcake of the week?
No, right now we haven't done a cupcake of the week. We usually will have all of our flavors if we can. If we get really busy, we get sold out. The next day we replenish.
All right, Roz, so what type of cakes do you actually make there? What specialty items, are popular?
Well, we do from a 6-inch cake all the way up to a full sheet cake. We're starting to do wedding cakes now. We do birthday cakes, shower cakes. We also do vegan. Don't have a large supply of vegan items, but what we have is delicious. We're also lactose intolerant. We do not use any dairy in our bakery. So if you know anyone who's lactose intolerant, our stuff is phenomenal for them.
This is it seems like it's the number one place to go. You sort of have everything covered. Are you doing wedding cakes? You're big on birthday cakes?
Yes, we are.
All right, so tell me a little bit about, I know that you were telling me earlier before the show started that your bakery is a kosher bakery. Elaborate a little bit on that.
We are an all non-dairy kosher bakery. And we're basically the only one in the city because we are closed on our Sabbath, closed on all the Jewish holidays that we need to be closed on. We're supervised by Community Kashrut. And we are also Pas Yisroel, which goes back to biblical times when there was a high priest in Jerusalem, and the parishioners would bake goods, baked goods for them as their way of thanking them. Since we don't have that, we now we take all of our batters and they get burned, so they're inedible. I also have a young man who is Shomer Shabbos, which means that he's very religious. He lights my oven, cracks all my eggs, and then he burns all my doughs and says a prayer over them. And that is what Pas Yisrael is.
Okay. How has being a kosher bakery changed the business, or specifically changed your business?
Well, it's given the Jewish community a new place to have great baked goods, and it's helped me to have a better income. People are finding out that we're there and loving our things.
Okay. What are some of the accolades that your bakery has won, awards and such?
Well, we won the Purple Cupcake Award a couple years ago, and that was from Women Against Abuse. And we've been written up in our local newspapers, the Inquirer, not Daily News, Philly Weekly, the Exponent. They have been on TV and on the radio.
What is one of your biggest moments? Having the bakery for over 17 years. What would you consider was your highest point or most successful thing that you've accomplished at the bakery?
I think I have two of them. Number one is opening the bakery 17 years ago, and the other one is winning the Purple Cupcake Award and being on Channel 10's morning show the next day because they had sponsored it.
What is the this Purple Cupcake Award that you're talking about? How did you get involved in it, and how has it changed?
I believe it was one of my customers must be involved in it, called me, said, "Are you interested?" I said, "Sure." And we were up against the Four Seasons, two cupcake bakeries, and another cafe. And we were the only one that was non-dairy. So it was just very thrilling to be up against these people and be able to win.
To go up against the Four Seasons, they are that's a pretty big enterprise right there.
It was.
And to go up against them and not only win, but, dominate that, dominate the cupcake industry. I mean, that definitely says a lot for you.
Yes. And everybody just loved them.
What are some of the places that you have baked for?
We've baked for Borders, Barnes & Nobles, Cozy's, Walnut Street Theater, and now we bake for DeBruno Brothers, and we bake for a lot of the mom and pop cafes in the city.
What are some of the little coffee shops that people may have heard of?
We bake for the Bean Exchange. We bake for Oh So Good. We bake for Benny's, B2, Weaver's Ways in Chestnut Hill and Mount Airy, Creekside Co-op, Cafe La Mode.
All right, what is the one thing that you're most proud of about being an entrepreneur?
That I did this all by myself with the help of my brother, who was a master plumber, and he put my store together 17 years ago. So
you had a dream, you envisioned it. Your brother is the one that obviously put it into play.
Yes.
And here we are today, 17 years later.
And we're going strong.
Trucking strong.
Yes, we are. We keep trying.
All right, Roz, so tell us a little bit on how people can get in touch with you. Do you have a Facebook account? Do you have an email address people can get in touch with you with?
Yes. We have a Facebook account, which is Homemade Goodies by Roz. We now have an Instagram. I tried posting all my pictures and writing on my Facebook page and Instagram. I'm on Pinterest, so you can follow me on Pinterest. Our website is homemadegoodiesbyroz.com.
All righty. And what's a phone number we can reach at, Roz, if someone wants to order a cake or maybe even set up a birthday party? Or
Oh, yes. Jeffrey, that's something that we just started to do. We did a birthday party this weekend, and it was phenomenal. We're putting it on our Facebook page. There's pictures. People can see what we did. It was super.
What do you actually offer at the birthday parties?
Well, we offer cupcakes for the children to ice. We decorate a birthday cake in front of them. We're giving them a chef's hat, an apron. They could decorate their chef's hat, a beverage, and the kids had a marvelous time. And I think the parents even had a better time.
All right, so it's an overall great experience.
Yes, it is.
For the entire family. All right, well, I would love to thank Roz Bratt from Homemade Goodies by Roz, 510 South 5th Street. Phone number is 215-592-9616 if you'd like to get in touch with her via Facebook. It's facebook.com/Homemade Goodies by Roz. Thanks for listening to the Entrepreneur Hour.